Hello, everyone. My name is Adnan Dilwani, and I'm a senior specialist for the Builders Experience team here at AWS. I'm here to speak with you about how you can augment your developer expertise with machine learning capabilities to really help your teams be more proactive and innovate faster. Well, let's talk about sort of developer operations today and the word DevOps that we hear a lot about, right? We're living in an economy that is increasingly digital. The cloud really helps us accelerate that digital economy. And with pervasive elastic cloud resources, business can really transform and modernize themselves in ways that was probably not possible 5 years ago. One of the key areas that many organizations have identified as a source of opportunity to improve their pace of innovation is their software development and operations area, or DevOps. So, what is DevOps? Well, DevOps is a combination of cultural philosophies, practices, and tools that increases an organization's ability to deliver applications and services at a high velocity. And while, several practices have come from that, like CI/CD, infrastructure as code, monitoring and logging, um, DevOps seems to still continually looking for ways to improve. So why think about applying AI, ML, or machine learning to this space, right? Well, machine learning is sort of the next step to reduce complexity and automate. With machine learning, you can take your automation to the next level. You can efficiently sift through all the variety and velocity of data, look for patterns that are important to you or to your organization, and things that may not easily be foreseen via human involvement. And that's really where machine learning can really help you guys out. Think of the use cases. Analyzing code, looking at patterns for application quality, securing applications, right, by identifying usage patterns, managing large sort of alarms and metrics in your DevOps workflow, predicting application failure, and much more. Um, you know, Today, let me walk you through our portfolio of fully managed DevOps-focused AI services, which really will help your organization utilize ML and improve your developer operations. We'll go ahead and start by speaking about Amazon Code Guru. Um, I'm sure most of you have kind of seen the workflow that I'm showing you on screen. It's a typical software development lifecycle, right? It's a well understood process. Developers write code to review it, you compile your code, you deploy your application to production. You measure the performance of your application in production. If there are any issues, you go ahead and kind of debug them, and then you sort of use that data to sort of go ahead and release new versions and then basically improve your application over time. And it's basically a rinse and repeat as you kind of go through that cycle. Well, one of the couple things that we have noticed, or at least have gotten feedback from, the teams are spending a lot of time on code reviews and debugging performance issues in production where the software is actually deployed. That's basically where Amazon Code Guru comes in. Amazon CodeGuru is a developer tool powered by machine learning that provides you intelligent recommendations for improving code quality and really identifying your application's most expensive line of code. We've built ML models for CodeGuru from decades of experience building software here at Amazon and AWS as well. And Amazon uses these ML models to find those difficult and hard to find defects. And not only do we just find those defects for you, we also provide you recommendations on next step on how to resolve the issue once we find it as well. So how do you incorporate Amazon Code Guru into your software workflow? Well, Amazon Code Guru comprises of two services. One is Amazon Code Guru Reviewer, which is a static analysis tool that really helps you improve your code quality by scanning for critical issues and identifying those hard to find bugs and providing the recommendations on how to remediate them. And we also have Amazon CodeGuru Profiler, which really helps you visualize your application's most expensive line of code. So let you really help you visualize your code at a function by function level and really see how it's performing in production as well. So let's dig into a little bit of on how Amazon Code Guru Reviewer works and how it fits into your workflow. Well, for code reviews, all you have to do is go into CodeGuru Reviewer and add your repository. Once you do that, it basically starts watching for pull requests to run analysis. No other changes are really needed on your to change your normal process. Developers simply just check out code. You make changes in your local environment. You've created a new feature branch that you're working on a new issue on. Once you've completed the work, you go ahead and just initiate a pull request. And the moment you initiate that pull request, CodeGuru automatically starts running an analysis, reviews the code, and any recommendations that it finds, it just posts them directly into your comment stream in your pull request. You can then review, make changes as need, and then merge and go ahead. So no additional software needed, no additional workflow needed. You simply just point CodeGuru Reviewer to your repo, and then it automatically starts subscribing to your pull request workflow. So yeah, and additionally, you can also have the option to integrate CodeGuru Reviewer into your GitHub CI/CD pipeline. So if you're looking for pipeline integration, we actually go ahead and support GitHub actions that you can use to run CodeGuru Reviewer as well. You can simply run it via a pull or a push or even a scheduled run for your pipeline. CodeGuru Reviewer just runs the analysis on your code, and then the security recommendations simply can be either viewed from the console, downloaded via CLI commands, or you can basically use the GitHub user interface itself. No need to kind of go into the console to view those recommendations as well. So what does CodeGuru Reviewer look for, and what kind of issues does it address? Well, it identifies 9 broad categories for your development team to maintain a high bar of coding standard. First and foremost, it really looks for AWS best practices, so correct uses of APIs, polling, pagination, etc. It also looks into concurrency issues, so detects missing synchronization results, excessive synchronization leading to performance issues. Um, it looks for resource leaks in Java as well, so correct handling of resources, for example, releasing database connections and so on. Sensitive information leaks, right? Looking for AWS account credentials in plain text, looking for some of that PII. It also looks for code efficiency. So some of those harder to find defects or the best practices that we have implemented, we've created machine learning models for those as well, or detectors for those as well, that we're utilizing to provide recommendations for you. Code duplication. And then last but not least, input validation as well. I'm really excited to talk about security code issues that are also being addressed. So, in addition to finding those hard to find defects that we just spoke about in the 9 categories, we've released new security detectors at reInvent 2020 as well for Java. In this, we're talking about finding out around security best practices for AWS API usage, Java crypto libraries, and even issues within the OWASP top 10 security risks such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, sensitive information leaks, and more. CodeGuru Reviewer has helped multiple customers automate their code review process. One of the examples above here is our customer ID Consortium. ID Consortium has built automated code reviews directly into their pipelines, which means they can kind of deploy their code now faster, more confident, and also avoid the use of a lot of senior developers for those manual code reviews as well. It's really helped them sort of automate and really increase the pace of their delivery of applications as well. I'm going to now move into Amazon CodeGuru Profiler. CodeGuru Profiler is all about visualizing that code or that runtime behavior of your application in production. It visualizes basically how your applications are executing on a function level and shows you how your application is doing in terms of CPU or latency. Profiler is meant to be run on production systems. It is it has a very low overhead to help developers find and optimize those inefficiencies. So Profiler supports all compute types, EC2, Lambda, ECS, EJS, and it can also actually be used on on-prem applications too, as long as you can kind of report the data back into your AWS account. Here's kind of a picture or a screenshot of what the visualization or the flame graph looks like in CodeGuru Profiler. You can take a look at this. It provides you, again, that detail in terms of how your application is doing, where it's spending the most time. And not only that, you can actually kind of see a sample of where it actually gives you a percent of total time on CPU. It'll even give you an average CPU cost across your, multiple clusters or compute resources that you're using, and really provide some details and hindsight into, hey, where can I potentially improve my code, or where I can see places where I can actually increase my efficiencies as well. Another great example of Code Guru I want to give you is Atlassian. Atlassian makes, a lot of different products. They've been using Amazon CodeGuru Profiler for a while to detect anomalies in production. They've not only been able to reduce their investigation time from days to hours, and maybe in sometimes minutes. The developers can now focus more of their energy on kind of delivering those differentiated capabilities and less time investigating problems in their production environment. Now that we've spoken about how to apply machine learning to the development side of DevOps, um, let me touch base on how Amazon DevOps Guru can bring the ML-powered insights to your operations part of the workflow. So let's talk a little bit about Amazon DevOps Guru. As organizations continue to adopt microservices, the number of disparate services that contribute to delivering an applications have really increased, right? Um, Even a simple web application that you may have could span across multiple services like API Gateway, Lambda, RDS in the back end, and the footprint of a small application has grown across multiple services because of the distributed architecture and the microservices architecture that you may be following. So, teams from an operations point of view are now driving towards basically making sure that they can actually monitor all those resources and collect all those metrics. Due to that, there's a need to really reduce that noise, bring to surface those critical issues. Um, this is where Amazon DevOps Guru really seeks to deliver. Amazon DevOps Guru is a fully managed service that monitors applications to automatically improve availability and prevent downtime. And how does it do that? Well, Amazon DevOps Guru continuously analyzes and consolidates streams of their operational data from multiple sources. Amazon CloudWatch, Config, CloudFormation, and X-Ray. And then it actually provides you a single dashboard to visualize any anomalies that it finds or the ML models find, thereby hopefully reducing the need to use multiple tools to kind of get to the bottom of the problem or get to the bottom of the root cause. So why DevOps Guru? Well, first and foremost, it is a fully managed service. You only need to give it guidance about what your application boundary is. You don't require setting up or training any of the ML models or hardware resources. Once you provided the necessary info, it just automatically starts monitoring the data and metrics and kind of just works on understanding your application behavior. Once it's kind of figured out how your application is performing and the trends, it goes ahead and starts monitoring for any anomalies and watching your CloudWatch metrics. As new resources are added to your application, right, it automatically detects those changes, starts ingesting data from the new resources. If resources are removed, it goes ahead and stops monitoring them automatically as well. No need to set up additional monitoring and alarms. It really helps you focus on those high severity issues with detailed insights in these anomalies to really help you reduce that mean time to resolution. So let's take look at a couple of screenshots of what a DevOps Guru insight or anomaly looks like. So here's a great example. This is kind of a stack that's using an API gateway, Lambda in the middle, DynamoDB as the data backend. And when an issue did occur, right, where are you going? Are you going to go dive into your API gateway CloudWatch logs? Are you going to Lambda CloudWatch logs? Where are you going to look? And you may have set up alarms. They may all be going off at the same time. You may have skipped an alarm as well. Well, you can come in here and kind of take a look at a single pane of glass and kind of tells you the details, right? It gives you the fact that, look, I know you've got some 5xx going on your API gateway, maybe having some errors on your Lambda. But the true event really started from your DynamoDB getting toggled. And again, providing you that single pane of glass so you can see where the issue probably started or what the root cause is. You can then simply click on the details and then get more information around CloudWatch metrics, what stack it is, and really kind of get into the details from there on. In addition to not just only providing you the correlation between services and providing you a timeline and giving you that information, our ML models also work on trying to provide you recommendations as well. So, for example, in this case, it's talking about the fact that there may be a throttling going on in Amazon DynamoDB that you could potentially take a look at. So just wanted to provide you some good anecdotal references from DevOps Guru customers as well. 605 TV is a DevOps Guru customer. They have over a dozen AWS accounts and tens of thousands of resources that they're monitoring. And even with infrastructure as code, all creating dynamic alerts for these services, it was challenging to manage and correlate those metrics to kind of resolve those issues quickly. With Amazon DevOps Guru, they have been more confident about the alerts and notifications they've received from their accurate, ML models to really kind of hone into that RCA as well. So we've spoken about Amazon Code Guru, which is all about code analysis in your developer pipeline or your DevOps pipeline, providing you not only just code analysis, but also providing you a visualization into how your application works, how the CPU and looking at your latency as well, and really kind of helping you track those expensive lines of code. We also talked about DevOps Guru, which is more about from the operations side of the workflow, about how you can potentially correlate resources and look for anomalies in your CloudWatch metrics and really help you lower that mean time to resolution as well. All right, so to summarize, right, we spoke about CodeGuru as the ML-powered service on the developer side of DevOps. CodeGuru Reviewer performs static code analysis, uses ML detectors to really find those hard to find issues, while CodeGuru Profiler really helps you visualize your code in production, look at CPU, latency for your application, and try and give you a way to determine areas where you can provide improvements and really give you that visual look-see of your application in production. Um, we then spoke about the operation side of the workflow. We introduced DevOps Guru, a service that uses pre-trained machine learning models to watch for anomalies within your CloudWatch metrics and really help guide you when you have issues to a root cause faster and help you reduce that mean time to resolution or MTTR. While we are speaking about DevOps Guru, I also wanted to take the opportunity to spend a few minutes talking about another key program we've recently launched and I'm really excited about called AWS BugBust. AWS BugBust is the world's first bug bashing challenge for Java and Python developers to collectively fix 1 million bugs. So whether you've been thinking about running a bug bash in your team or your organization has been having a few, AWS BugBust really packages that up and provides you a simple and fun way to do this. Um, this fully managed service gives you an easy solution to quickly set up private events, invite your teammates, your players within your organization. Um, Players have the ability to set up their own profiles, usernames, and avatars. You can add excitement and promote that team building by adding prizes to it that you can promote as well. It also provides you a leaderboard while you're actually having that bug bashing event to track progress and really add some friendly competition and really put that team building to use and help the have the players really contribute. And as you resolve your bugs, the one thing that I'm really excited to mention is, you also become part of the mission to fix those 1 million bugs globally as well. You get added to our global leaderboard, where you can also earn prizes as you approach various milestones, from digital badges to shirts, jackets, and even a BugBust trophy. And I want to add that if by September 30th you've been taking part in any of these bug bashing events or AWS BugBust, you're also qualified to, especially if you're in the top 10 of the AWS BugBust leaderboard, to win an expense-paid trip to AWS reInvent 2021 as well. But enough of the excitement. Let me see if I can give you a quick demo of how AWS BugBust works, how you can go into the console and set up and run your very own BugBust event. Right, so you're ready to create your very first BugBust event. As your organization's BugBust admin, to create a BugBust event, you will need to navigate to the CodeGuru console. Once you're in the CodeGuru console, you can simply click on Events under the BugBust menu on the left, and then click on Create Event to create your very own first BugBust event. Now, the first step of creating an event allows you to review the rules and scoring methodology we have devised. For bugs under CodeGuru Reviewer, the scoring chart outlines the 10 categories bugs will be classified under and shows you the points for each bug resolved under each category. Categories and points are also listed for performance improvements made through code changes utilizing CodeGuru Profiler. For example, any code changes that lead to a performance gain of the 1 to 5% improvement on Profiler provides you 3 points. This guidance around rules and scoring is also available in the BugBust user guide as well. You can simply click on Info and then Rules and Scoring to access that guide. Awesome. So now that you've reviewed the scoring and how that works, let's proceed to step 2. All right. In this next step, you will be requested to sign into your AWS BugBust player account. If you don't have an existing BugBust player account, don't worry about it. You can quickly set up a new account by simply clicking on Create a New Account. Now, to score points, you must create your BugBust player account with an email address that you use to create Git pull requests. So make sure you use the same email address that you'll be using with your Git to create your BugBust player account. In going ahead and creating a new account, simply provide your email address, a valid password, and then just go through the verification steps to verify your account. I've already have an existing BugBust account, so let me go ahead and sign into mine. All right, now that I've signed into my BugBust user account, a few things to note about your BugBust user account. To make things simple, a username is automatically chosen for you when you create your new account. However, if you feel like personalizing your username, you do have that option of going into the BugBust account after creation and updating your username. One thing you have to be aware of that the usernames have to be global, so make sure you choose a unique username. Proceeding to step 3, this is where you're able to provide basic information for your event. This includes the event name, description, and start and end times. You can also put in custom information on the top 3 prizes for your BugBust event and really get to excite your participants and, kind of really have some fun with this. All right, let me go ahead and add some info on this for my new event itself. So we'll go ahead and call this event the Any Company Q3 Bug Bash. We'll put in an event description. It'll be our 3rd quarter BugBust event. We'll set the time to be, we'll leave it at August 13th. We'll start at 0900 and we can end around 1 p.m. And then for price information, we can put in the coveted BugBuster trophy plus $150 gift card. Second place could be a $100 gift card. We could also do a $50 gift card. When we're done entering our information, we can go ahead and click Next. This next step allows us to review the information one last time before you create the event. This allows you to make edits and changes if you would like to before you finalize everything. But don't worry about it. If you forget something, you can always go in later and edit these event details even after the event is created. All right, our event is now created. For next steps, let's go ahead and identify and import bugs from either like a Java or Python repo analysis or profiling group.
Quick note, if you've not already added your repo and run a repo analysis, you must first go to the reviewer section and add a supported repo under repositories, and then under code reviews, run a full repo analysis. A similar workflow is required for adding a profiling group as well. You need to first go into the profiling group section, create a new profiling group, set up your application, start reporting data to that profiling group before you can kind of utilize it with your BugBust event. I'm going to quickly show you how I'm going to go ahead and use an existing repo scan that I recently completed to import related bugs. We'll go ahead by just simply clicking on import work items. You'll see that you have the option to either utilize CodeGuru Reviewer or Profiler, or a combination of both. In my case, I'm simply going to leave it at CodeGuru Reviewer and use one of my analyses from Reviewer to add the bugs. So I'm going to go ahead and simply click on that drop down. We selected that repo analysis, and I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. Awesome, there we go. So bugs have been imported and ready to be claimed once the event is underway. So we're ready to go. Great, we're almost there. So now that we have a list of bugs to resolve, let's invite the players. Inviting the players is quite simple. You simply click on the Invite Players button to obtain a pre-filled template that you can then use to send out emails within your organization. The email has instructions on how to log in to the event, how for the players can create their own BugBust users if they do not already have one. So quite simple to set up and get ready to go once you've sent the invites out. A quick note for admins though, please make sure that the players you have invited have the IAM permissions required to access the event. You can get more details on how to set up those IAM permissions by clicking on the link to access the doc and review the details on the managed policies, or if you need to set up your own custom managed policies, those details are available here as well. Once you have invited your players, you're all set to run the event. Alright, so now that you've actually done that, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at how things look once the event is actually underway, and how things look for players and how things look for admins as well. Awesome, so our event has begun. If you are a player, remember the email that was sent to you with the invite has all the details on how to log in and accept the invite that was sent to you. You'll use that same invite link to log in to the event once it's underway as well. So now when the event starts, let's go take a look at how it looks from a player's point of view. I'm just going to switch to the view from logging into that link. And as you can see, the event is active. I have a dashboard available to me. It looks and shows me about whether I've claimed any bugs, am I working on it, what my rank is, any points that I have. In order to actually claim bugs, I can simply go to the bugs section, and here I can see that there are 9 unclaimed bugs, and I can go ahead and claim a bug and start working on it. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and claim this bug about the outdated API, and it will actually be something that I can go ahead and see in my claimed bugs list. I can then go ahead and basically, download the code, clone the repo, fix the code, and then go ahead and generate a PR, which then CodeGuru will actually go ahead and review, analyze, recognize the fix, and go ahead and mark this bug as resolved and update my score as well for me. Within the BugBust event, as I'm going through this, I can also check the leaderboard, see where I stand with other folks that are working with me as well. I have the option of looking at the event details again, including the prizes that have been set up for me. And then for rules and scoring, I also have the information available here for me to take a look at in terms of points and what is categorized where and how much points are available for fixing any of these bugs as well. So that's kind of a view from the player's side. For an admin, you have the option of monitoring again the leaderboard, check out any or all players that are there and where they stand. You also have the option of looking at all the bugs, find out which ones have been claimed, which ones are unclaimed here as well. You can, for any claimed bugs, have the option to go ahead and actually look at those bugs and even manually mark them as fixed in case there's an issue going on or you need to have a manual intervention. You have the option of going in and do so. You also have the option of taking any of the unclaimed bugs and basically go ahead and mark them as false positive to take them out of the event as well if you would like to do so as well. Again, for you, the event details are here and the rules and scoring, but the main part that you really want to take a look at is the leaderboard, go through where players are, and then this section of bugs allows you to work with claimed bugs, unclaimed bugs, and provide some manual intervention as you sort of administer the bug bust event itself.
Again, we've been working with customers to really transform their bug bashes. Here is a quote from our customer Nextral on how BugBust really provided their dev teams to really work in a fun environment, really set up this fun, systematic way to improve their code quality. Not only were they able to increase the number of critical issues they found with BugBust, but they were able to have fun kind of doing it, right? So really looking forward to customers sort of working through that. And if you're looking for a fun way of, really engaging your team and fixing their Java and Python codes, and getting them together in some sort of a bug bash, definitely take a look at BugBust and how it actually utilizes it. So we've talked about many services today. We've talked about CodeGuru to provide you code analysis and a tool to visualize your code running in production to help you resolve some of those expensive lines of code or find out where the impacts is. We've talked about DevOps Guru, again, ML powered services to really look at your operational data and find those anomalies in your resources and kind of guide you to RCA or root cause analysis and help you lower that mean time to resolution. And last but not least, and my favorite was AWS BugBust. If you're really looking for a bug bash and trying to think about running it on your Java and Python code, definitely take a look at BugBust. It's a really fun way to do it, and you can really energize the team and really do some team building there as well. If you're excited to try these services out, remember there is a free tier available with all the services that you can use to experience and use the service. Both CodeGuru and DevOps Guru have a 90-day free tier. And AWS BugBust allows you to run an event under a free tier for 30 days as well. And last but not least, if you have any requests for demos or any additional comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at the email provided on the screen, which is aws-guru-bd@amazon.com. We'd more than happy to sort of engage and answer any questions and help out in any way possible. Look forward to touching base. But thank you for your time today, and looking forward to you using some of the ML-powered services to really improve those DevOps workflows as well. Thank you.